The shack has changed, but the griddle itself has stayed the same, over 109 years old.
The griddle is the same griddle from the beginning?
It is. So it's 109 years old.
Farmers, brewers, hunters, packers, badgers, cheeseheads, neighbors. No matter what name we go by, we are bound together by our roots. These are the people, the stories, and the patriotism from inside Wisconsin. Welcome to Deeper Roots with Blain's Farm and Fleet.
Back in Jefferson, Wisconsin, my hometown, for another episode of Deeper Roots with Blain's Farm and Fleet. Robbie Wedl, Wedl's Hamburger Stand, or Peterson's, or Armstrong's.
Becker's.
I think this goes back a minute.
It goes back.
We probably shouldn't try to name them all.
Yeah.
Robbie, so good to be here, man. So good to be home. To say that this is the most iconic spot in Jefferson, people may argue that, but it is to me, and I know it is to you. What has this hamburger stand meant to the community?
I think it meant a lot to the community. When you go to other places, you've probably seen it too, you say Jefferson, what do they say? Oh, the hamburger stand. I always see too, when people are always chit-chatting with each other. See their buddy, oh, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. You saw them at the hamburger stand. Just that sense of community here.
Yeah, if you haven't had a long conversation with a complete stranger on the bench waiting for your burgers and fries, you're missing out. I definitely think you should come by. So your family bought it in 2007 from the Petersons.
I worked for Bill for 5 years, loved it, and he offered it to run it. We ended up buying it, kind of like a dream come true.
Do you remember when you first started working here? How old were you?
15 years old. I was a sophomore in high school when I first started here.
Flipping burgers.
Yep.
When you guys bought it, was there certain things that were like, hey, we're gonna sell it to you, but here are the do's and here are the absolute cannots?
Biggest thing is just passing down that tradition is what he taught me. This is how we do it. This is, the tradition. Keep it this way and you'll be successful.
Take me back to the history of this place. When did that burger shack get built for the first time?
It started in 1960. It started with an August Burkholz. He had a grocery store, and out on the front where the shack is, he had a little cart that he did burgers out of. And eventually evolved into a shack. And it just kept growing and growing ever since then. The shack has changed, but the griddle itself has stayed the same, over 109 years old.
The griddle is the same griddle from the beginning?
It is. So it's 109 years old.
How does that pass health code?
It's cast iron, just like your cast iron skillet at home. So you don't wash it, you wipe it out and clean it. It's not unsanitary or nothing. The more you cook on it, the better it gets, just like wine.
That is the truth. And bourbon and whiskey and all those
there you
other
go.
things. Not so much beer. Part of the lure is how you make the burgers. Do you know if the original recipe is still what you use today?
It is.
The flavor that comes off of that griddle has been the same since I was a kid. I went to school K through 8, literally right up the road. I can see the playground from where we're sitting on Racine Street here in downtown Jefferson. I can't tell you how many times, whether it was walking here after school, or I used to bat boy for the Blue Devils when I was a kid. We'd walk over here after those games. Do you see that this is still a destination for people in the community?
When you go back to the school, the kids, they walk by, they come in for ice cream. The Blue Devils games, even the high school games, they always come up here after the game or before, get burgers.
What are some of the best memories you have?
Even before I worked here, I remember grabbing a bag of burgers with my buddy and going down and fishing at the dam. And then when I got working here, I think just having that camaraderie with other, my buddies and meeting the people and just enjoying it. It's a fun job.
How do you get the burger to be the same every time? I want you to teach me that without stealing any secrets, of course. There's a method to this madness.
There is. People think it's easy. It involves a lot of grease, basically a homemade spatula, a hot griddle.
109-year-old griddle helps.
And a lot of practice.
Am I going to fit in the shack?
I might have to measure you first.
Let's go in there. Teach me your ways, oh wise one.
Okay.
I'm nervous. I literally grew up in this town. I've never stepped foot in there. It's almost like sacrilegious, frankly. Yeah. All right, Robbie, let's do this. Wow, okay. First time.
Wow. It dips down though.
Oh my gosh, I've never been in here. It's so amazing. I'm just taking this in. I can't tell you how many times I've come here, and I've never been in here. This is the one you cook on though, right?
This is the one we cook on. This is the 109-year-old one.
Yeah, you're right. I cannot stand up in here. This is as good as it's gonna get right here.
This is how we start every morning. We dump our fresh onions on every morning.
How long do you leave these? I'm not trying again.
No
secrets
usually
here,
about hour and a half.
And you're not in here stir frying them up. They just hang out.
Just hang out. They slowly cook in that.
How many onions? are in there?
It's probably about 10.
So you're mixing up the onions now, and then I know that every last burger I have ever eaten here, you stick that homemade spatula, which is incredible,
Yep.
into that grease.
Yep. You notice that it starts with a little bit of grease. That's the lard in the morning. But by the end of the day, this is full of grease.
Every morning you mix the meat. If memory serves me right, they come in little meatballs.
Yep.
Boom, there they are. And you grab them with the pitchfork.
So
I'm gonna do a lot of like,
So these are our burgers. They're 1/8 of a pound. What you do is you come, put them on the griddle. You get your spatula all oiled up, and you put this down, put your front down like a pivot, and you smash out
smash out.
and push out, just like that.
I would assume that took you a minute to perfect,
A
but
little bit, I'd say, 20 some years.
give or take.
Yep.
And now, obviously, this is tilted a little bit on purpose, right? Because you don't want to cook them in it, but you obviously need it to cook it.
It's tilted just so the grease settles down here, so that it keeps the grease, so we can keep using it.
How long does it take for those to like become what you want them to become?
They take about 10 minutes, start to finish.
No kidding. If it's anything like cooking on a smoker, no touchy. Only flip it once.
Yep, so it'll get gray around there like that. See how it's like it cooked? Then you just go in and flip them.
Whoa. You don't flip with the spatula?
I do sometimes.
That was impressive.
It's just kind of.
Yeah, you're a pro.
So like if you want cheese on them, so we grab our cheese. These are our buns. So I was always taught, and I try to teach my employees now, is I call it Pac-Man. You balance it on your 2 fingers, pinch it between here, and you grab your burger, you put it on the corner, like that.
Pac-Man.
Pull away. Pac-Man.
And you dump off the grease.
And then if you want your onions,
Pac-Man again.
Boom.
And now you put that in the little paper sleeve,
Yep. Wrap it up.
and that's the pickup window.
There you go.
You're up. May I man the station?
Sure.
Coming in.
Get
Watch
your
your
bun.
Okay.
First
See,
off.
I hit my head right away. All right, so I remember, you gotta get them first. And you use this.
Yep.
You grabbed 2. So I'm gonna attempt, oh my gosh. I can't even get this on the, okay, Robbie.
I can help you.
No. All right, I
That
got
one's
it.
small.
All right, I got, you good? We all right? You don't like that one?
I don't like that one.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Difficult. Training is difficult. All right, they're on there. All right, you gotta wipe it in the grease. Push down and push. Oh my God. I am not getting hired anytime soon. How'd I do? No, I mean,
Hey,
don't
not bad.
answer that.
All right. Stop.
Okay, stop it.
That's
Moving it forward.
Yep.
Do it again. Move it over.
The more you mess with it, the worse it falls apart.
Yeah, the more you mess with it.
All right, stop.
Stopping.
Nope. Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah, that was a good one. I'm colorblind, Robbie. Why don't you just tell me when they're ready?
You could probably flip them.
Okay, you want a cheeseburger? Yes or no? Move that camera up and down, or yeah, cheeseburger. Got it. Okay.
Cheeseburger?
All right, got it. Boop. This is the part that I'm gonna fail. I'm grabbing this.
There you go.
Is that it? Are those done?
Let the cheese melt a
Okay.
little more. I know. Can't rush perfection.
Yeah, you can't. Best burger around, that is for sure.
Oh, you want a double or a single?
How about this? I'll try a single. A bit.
Pull it away. Yep.
That's a hot puppy if you don't get that right.
Tilt it that way.
That way, yeah.
Yep.
Do you work in a team like this?
There's 3 people in here? Yeah. Sometimes 4.
I don't see an air conditioner
Right here.
that sucks the hot air
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
That's
Try
the
some
one.
onions.
Get in the bottom of this.
There you go. See? You're hired.
I am not hired. This is not built for a fella my size. There's an insane story about this burger stand from when I was a kid, late 90s. Someone was having a medical emergency and they literally drove through the hamburger stand. Somehow, nobody was killed. There was workers in the stand when this happened.
When that happened, I was young. I think I was in like 8th grade when it happened. There's a gentleman that came from a bar. His accelerator stuck and he plowed through multiple vehicles, plowed through the hamburger stand. Kept on going and actually dragged griddle all the way down to the corner of the stop lights underneath the car.
It's crazy.
And they found the griddle in the city dump, after everything was picked up.
What? I did not know that part of the story.
It's quite the story.
You're a part of the community as much as anybody with owning this stand. What are some of the things that your family has done to make sure that it doesn't change? And what are those plans for the future?
Staying true to the roots. Don't fix what's not broken. It's worked for 109 years, so why change it? 2, I think a lot of the people in this town uphold us to the high standard. It can't change. You change it, they're gonna let you know.
Well, I think so.
And that's the thing of it. Like they said when we bought it, yeah, we bought the business for so much, but you're really buying the recipe. Just now that we use actually farm fresh beef. We keep it local, so we actually go to the farm and get our beef.
Dude, I'm so grateful. I could probably spend all of Deeper Roots in Jefferson County telling my deep-rooted stories. This is definitely one of them. This is so cool. Really happy that it's still here. I think I speak for all of Jefferson when I say I think it's really happy that we're still here. Give me a handshake. I'm grabbing all 4 of those burgers and I'm getting away from those guys.
There you go.
See ya.
Thank you.
Probably gotta wash our hands, don't we?
That's how you're picking your nose.
All right. Don't think anybody get in trouble.
Tell above you.
Forgot. Okay. Oh my God, that fell behind.
I'll get it. Don't worry.
We got a problem. Pulling a china shop, Robbie. A little crowded in here. Becky, here you go. We'll put this back to you. Here.
All right.
Put that back up there. My bad. All right. How many burgers do you have a day?
I would say on average you could do 1 a day.
If I owned a thing like this, Robbie, I would be 8 times the size of you.
You guys, those burgers are something else, for real. Hope you came hungry for this episode of Deeper Roots with our friends at Blain's Farm and Fleet, back in my hometown, flipping burgers and soaking up the nostalgia. Gotta love it. Now it's your turn. Go ahead, plan your visit to Jefferson so you can meet Robbie and the staff at Wedls. You can check them out online at wedlshamburgerstand.com, WEDLS, or get some updates on social media as well. Please do. You will not regret. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this episode, you can be a part of the next one. Just head to farmandfleet.com/deeperroots and fill out the form to nominate a friend, a family member, or your own story for a chance to be our next guest on Deeper Roots. And of course, smash that YouTube subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, or leave us a comment below. It's always great to know what you think of the show, and let us know what you liked. If you're listening to the podcast, feel free, leave us a 5-star review. We appreciate you. See you next time.
Talk to you later. Bye.